Hello, my dear listeners, and welcome back to the Kapeel Gupta Career Pod Show. Just imagine it's 11 o'clock at night. You're scrolling through LinkedIn, telling yourself that you're doing career research. Of course, after watching three reels and checking who liked your last post, you finally see it. Your dream job. The company is excellent, the role matches your skills, the location is perfect, even the job description feels as if somebody secretly read your resume before writing it. Your heart becomes excited. You open the post and then you see the message applications closed. A few days later, you discover that the position has already been filled. The selected candidate did not have 10 extra degrees. They did not solve a case study while hanging upside down. They simply knew someone inside the company who trusted their work and recommended them to the hiring manager. You may immediately think, this is unfair. Everything happens through contacts. But let us look at the other side. Maybe that person did not ask for a referral on the first day. Maybe they had spent months sharing useful work, asking thoughtful questions, attending industry events, and maintaining professional relationships. The opportunity arrived in one conversation, but the trust behind that conversation took time to build. And that is the power of strategic networking. Today, we are going to understand how to build career boosting connections without becoming fake, needy, pushy, or the person who sends, "Hi, dear, please refer me urgently," before even introducing themselves. Strategic networking is not about using people, it's about building genuine professional relationships through trust, contribution, curiosity, and consistency. For students, young professionals, career aspirants, and study abroad aspirants, this can become a life changing skill. Your qualifications can prepare you for an opportunity, your network can help that opportunity discover you. And in today's fast changing job market, that matters. The World Economic Forum says that around 39% of workers' current skills may change or become outdated by 2030. It also says that leadership and social influence are becoming increasingly important. This means future careers will not depend only on technical knowledge. Your ability to communicate, collaborate, build trust, learn from others, and create strong professional relationships will also matter. Hi, I'm Kapeel Gupta, career coach, life mentor, graphotherapist, and founder of Study Abroad Academy. I help students, parents, and young professionals gain clarity, confidence, and direction in life and career through deep coaching, mindset transformation, and the powerful practice of graphotherapy. Because career success is not just about choosing the right course, it's about becoming the right person for the life you truly want to build. So, let us begin by clearing the biggest misunderstanding that why networking is not just socializing. When students hear the word networking, many imagine a business conference. Everyone is wearing formal clothes, holding a cup of tea, exchanging cards, and pretending to remember names. One person says, "Let's stay connected." The other person says, "Oh, definitely." Both return home and never speak again. Now, that is not strategic networking. That is professional speed dating without a second meeting. Socializing means spending time with people. Networking means building relationships through which knowledge, support, ideas, introductions, and opportunities can move. Random networking means connecting with everyone because you believe a bigger number must be better. And strategic networking means connecting with the right people based on your direction. Now, suppose you want to become a financial risk analyst. Now, random networking means sending requests to 500 finance professionals with the same copied message. Strategic networking means identifying a smaller group of people connected to financial risk, banking, credit analysis, treasury, compliance, or quantitative finance. You study their work, engage with useful content, build your own knowledge, and ask relevant questions. See, the difference is simple. Random networking asks, how many people can I add? Strategic networking asks, which relationships can help both sides learn and grow? So let me tell you about a young man named Nikhil. Now, Nikhil was studying engineering in Indore. His college was decent, but it was not one of those colleges where recruiters arrive like guests at an Indian wedding. Nikhil wanted to work in electric mobility. He was fascinated by electric vehicles, battery technology, and sustainability transport, but he had no family contacts in the industry. So one evening, he attended an online discussion about electric vehicles. One of the speakers was working at a mobility startup. After the event, Nikhil did not send a message saying, "Sir, please give internship." Instead, he studied the speaker's work. He found an article written by the professional about battery swapping systems. Nikhil then created a short analysis comparing electric two-wheelers charging options in 3 Indian cities. He shared it online and mentioned one idea from speaker's article that had helped him. The speaker noticed the post and replied. A conversation began. Nikhil asked one focused question about the skills young engineers should develop. He followed the advice. He updated the professional after completing a new project. 4 months later, the startup needed an intern for a research assignment. Who did the professional remember? Not the 50 students who had written, "Sir, any opportunity." He remembered Nikhil, the student who had shown effort, curiosity, and useful work. One connection opened the door, but contribution created the trust. And that is strategic networking. It does not mean opportunities will always arrive quickly. Networking is not an ATM where you insert one compliment and withdraw one job. It means that when an opportunity appears, somebody knows enough about you to think, this person may be worth speaking to. And that small sentence can change a career. Now, Gen Z has a networking advantage that earlier generations never had. You can observe, learn from, and connect with professionals across the world without leaving your room. LinkedIn, X, professional forums, alumni communities, online events, digital conferences, podcasts, Discord groups, and niche communities have removed many old barriers. A student in Jaipur can learn from a designer in London. A commerce student in Lucknow can follow a finance professional in Singapore. A study abroad aspirant in Delhi can connect with alumni from a university in Germany. Now, earlier, access depended heavily on location, family background, and formal introductions. Today, a thoughtful comment can start a conversation across countries, but access alone is not power. Knowing how to use it is power. Many young people use LinkedIn like Instagram wearing a blazer. They post a certificate and write, "I'm delighted to announce," add 12 rocket emojis, and disappear until the next certificate arrives. See, personal branding is not announcing every small achievement. Personal branding means helping people understand what you care about, what you're learning, and what kind of value you can create. Suppose you want a career in digital marketing. You can study an advertisement and explain why it worked. You can create a simple campaign idea for a local business. You can share what you learn from a failed experiment. If you want to enter finance, explain one financial concept in simple language. If you want cybersecurity, share safe educational content about digital security. If you're interested in sustainability, analyze a climate policy or green business trend. Your online presence should not only say, "I need an opportunity," it should also say, "I'm preparing for one." Authenticity matters too. You do not need to sound like a 50-year CEO when you are 19. You're allowed to be a learner. You can say, I'm exploring this area, or here is what I understood from this project. People trust honesty more than artificial expertise. Gen Z also has a strong culture of collaboration. Young people build projects together, create digital communities, share learning resources, and support causes. This openness can become a major career advantage. So, when you collaborate on a real project, people get to see your working style. They see whether you're reliable, respectful, creative, and able to meet deadlines. A resume tells people what you claim to be. Collaboration allows them to experience it. For study abroad aspirants, digital networking is especially powerful. You can speak with alumni, current students, researchers, and professionals before choosing a university. You can learn about teaching quality, internships, career opportunities, local culture, and the reality of living in that country. But please do not message an alumnus saying, tell me everything about studying in Canada. That is not a question. That is unpaid consultancy. Research first. Ask one focused question. You may say, I'm considering the master's program in business analytics at your university. I've read the course page, but I want to understand how accessible internships are during the program. This shows that you value the person's time. Strategic networking begins with respect. So, to make networking simple, remember three words: connect, contribute, and continue. Now, this is the 3C framework for strategic networking. So, the first C is connect. Before connecting with people, become clear about your own direction. What field interests you? What roles are you exploring? What industry do you want to understand? And what kind of problems excite you? Without direction, networking becomes random movement. You may collect hundreds of contacts and still have no idea where you are going. Once you know your broad direction, identify relevant people. Start with alumni from your school or college. Look for professionals doing the role you want. Find researchers, recruiters, managers, founders, creators, and even other students who are building similar skills. LinkedIn's official tools allow people to search by role, company, location, industry, and educational background. Its alumni features can help you find people who studied at your institution and later entered fields that interest you. Shared context make conversations easier, but do not send a connection request before understanding the person. Read their profile, look at their recent work, understand what they do, and then write a short personal message. A weak message says, hello, sir, I need career guidance. A better message says, hello, I'm a second year economics student exploring climate finance. I read your post on carbon markets and found your point about project quality very useful. I'm working on a small research project in this area and would value your view on one skill an entry level analyst should develop. The second message tells the person who you are and why you are contacting them and what you are asking. Notice something else. You're asking one question, not requesting a complete career transformation before breakfast. The second C is contribute. Most students become confused here. They ask, what value can I possibly offer a senior professional? Now, contribution does not always mean solving the person's biggest problem. You can contribute through attention, research, support, ideas, or useful work. You can share a report relevant to their interest. You can summarize an event. You can volunteer for a professional community. You can support a project. You can connect two people who may benefit from knowing each other. You can also contribute by creating public proof of your skills. A portfolio, article, project, case study, research note, presentation, design, video, or GitHub repository gives people something real to see. Imagine someone asks a professional, do you know a good content writer? It is difficult for the professional to recommend you only because you once sent a polite connection request. But if they have read your articles, seen your consistency, and noticed your research quality, recommending you becomes easier. People refer evidence, not only enthusiasm. Your comments can also create contribution. Writing great posts under every update may make you visible, but it does not make you memorable. A useful comment adds a perspective, asks a thoughtful question, or connects the post to a relevant example. Now, third C is continue. Many people connect once and disappear until they need a job. Then they return like a relative who remembers you only during admission season. Relationships need continuity. You don't need to message people every week. That may become irritating, but you can stay connected naturally. Congratulate them when they complete meaningful work. Comment thoughtfully from time to time. Share an update about advice you followed. Send a brief message after completing a project connected to your earlier conversation. Imagine that someone advised you to improve Excel in financial modeling. 3 months later, you can write, "Thank you for suggesting that I strengthen financial modeling. I completed a course and created a small valuation project. Your advice gave me a useful direction." Now, this tells the person that you listen and act, that builds trust, and connect creates access, and contribute creates value, and continue creates a relationship. And that is the 3C network. And now, pause for a moment. Think of three people you have not spoken to in the last 6 months. The first may be an old classmate. The second may be a former teacher, mentor, manager, or internship supervisor. The third may be a professional contact you met at an event, workshop, webinar, or online discussion. Now, do not immediately ask them for something. Simply ask yourself, why did this relationship matter and how can I reconnect genuinely? Keep those three names in your mind. We'll return to them before the episode ends. So now we come to one of the most powerful ideas in networking, the strength of weak ties. See, strong ties are people close to you, your family, best friends, and people you speak to regularly. Weak ties are acquaintances, former classmates, old colleagues, alumni, event contacts, friends of friends, and people you know casually. You may think your closest friends are always the best source of career opportunities because they care about you the most. They do care, but they often know many of the same people, jobs, and information that you already know. Weak ties move in different cities. They may know about companies, courses, projects, industries, and opportunities that have never entered your usual world. A major study examined networking patterns involving around 20 million LinkedIn users over 5 years. It found that moderately weak professional connections could improve job mobility because they helped people receive fresh information outside their close circle. The important word is moderately. A complete stranger may know nothing about you. A best friend may know the same information you already have. An acquaintance may offer the perfect bridge between these 2 points. So let's take another story. Ananya wanted to work in public policy. Her closest friends were engineers and designers. They supported her, but they did not know much about policy organization. During college, Ananya attended a guest lecture and briefly spoke with a former student working at a think tank. Now they connected online. Over the next year, Ananya occasionally shared thoughtful responses to the alumni's work. Now later, Ananya completed a short research paper and sent a concise message thanking the alumna for an earlier suggestion. Months after that, the think tank needed a research assistant. Ananya was not a close friend, but she was not a complete stranger either. She was a weak tie with visible interest in evidence of her. The alumna forwarded her profile. That single connection did not give Ananya the job, She still had to apply, interview, and prove herself, but it helped her enter a room she may not have discovered alone. So weak ties are bridges, but bridges need basic maintenance. So if you met somebody once in 2023, disappeared completely, and returned in 2026 saying urgent referral needed, you're not using a weak tie. You're testing their memory and patience together. A genuine reconnecting message can say, "Hello, we met during the college entrepreneurship event last year. I enjoyed your conversation about project design. I recently completed a user research project and remembered your advice. I hope your work is going well." No pressure, no immediate request, just a relationship being reopened. Now, let us answer the question every introvert is waiting for. Do you need to become loud, attend every event, and shake 50 hands to build a strong network? Absolutely not. Networking is not a personality competition. Introverts often become excellent networkers because they listen carefully, prepare well, and prefer deeper conversations. Your goal is not to meet everyone in the room. Your goal is to leave with one or two meaningful connections. So before attending an event, learn about the speakers, organizations, the topics. Prepare two simple questions. During the event, focus on curiosity instead of trying to sound impressive. You can ask, what skill has become more important in your industry recently? Or what mistake do students commonly make when trying to enter this field? Now, these questions create better conversations than what do you do? So, after the event, send a short follow up mentioning something specific from the discussion. You do not need to network every day. Two meaningful conversations a week are enough. One can happen online, one can happen offline. Over 1 year, that can create more than 100 thoughtful interactions. Now, that is far from powerful than collecting 1,000 silent connections. Networking should not become another full time subject that gives you stress. So do not judge yourself by follow count. A large network does not always mean a useful network. So balance online and offline networking. Online networking gives reach. You can connect across cities and countries. Offline networking gives depth. You can observe energy, communication, and personality more naturally. So use both. Attend a relevant workshop, industry meeting, college event, conference, alumni interaction, or volunteering activity. Then continue the relationship online. Professional relationships also matter after you get a job. Microsoft's workplace research found that employees with thriving relationships reported stronger well being, productivity, fulfillment, and intention to remain with their organization than employees whose relationships were struggling. This tells us something important. Networking is not only about getting hired, it's also about learning, belonging, collaboration, and growing after you are hired. But protect your energy. You do not have to attend every event. Choose spaces linked to your career direction. Take breaks. Be selective. You're building a professional ecosystem, not contesting elections across the entire internet. So, strategic networking without ethics becomes manipulation. Do not pretend to admire someone only because they have power. Do not speak only to senior people. Do not ignore peers, juniors, support staff, or people whose titles do not look impressive today. Today's classmate may become tomorrow's founder, researcher, manager, or collaborator. More importantly, every person deserves respect before they become useful. A healthy network is people at different stages. Some people guide you, some walk beside you, some may learn from you. Treat all three groups well. When asking for help, make the request specific and easy to answer. Can you review one paragraph of my resume summary? Is better than, please guide my entire career. Could you share one suggestion about entering this industry? Is better than, please arrange a job. And whenever someone helps you, close the loop. Say thank you, update them, tell them what happened, and then help someone else when you get the chance. The best networkers do not keep calculating, what will I get from this person? They become trusted because they are kind, useful, consistent, and reliable. That reputation travels further than any business card. So, what is the power of strategic networking? It is the power to make your skills visible outside your immediate circle. It's the power to learn from people who have walked ahead of you. It is the power to discover information that may never reach a public job portal. It is the power to create relationships before you desperately need them. Your degree tells people what you studied. Your portfolio shows what you can do, and your network helps the right people discover both. But remember this very clearly: networking cannot replace competence. A connection may open the door, but your preparation must help you stay inside the room. Do not spend all your time meeting people and no time becoming good at something. Build your skill and your network together. In a changing job market, technical ability and human relationship will both matter. The future will reward people who can think, communicate, collaborate, contribute, and build trust. Strategic networking is not using people, it's allowing people to know you, trust you, and grow with you. So now, return to the three people you remember earlier. Choose one of them. Send one genuine message to them. Do not ask for a job. Do not ask for a referral. Do not attach your resume without reason. Simply reconnect. You may write, "Hello, I was thinking about our conversation during the college workshop last year. Your advice about building practical skills stayed with me. I've recently completed a small project and wanted to thank you. I hope you're doing well." Then take the next step. This week, connect with one person relevant to your career goal. Contribute one useful thought, resource, project, or question. Continue one existing professional relationship. Begin the 3C cycle today: connect, contribute, and continue. One message may not change your career immediately, but it may begin a relationship that changes your career 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years from now. And now, let me speak directly to the student, young professional, career aspirant, study abroad aspirant, or parent listening to this episode. Networking becomes powerful only when you know where you are going. If your direction is unclear, you may connect with many people and still move in circles. Through my career counseling program, I help students understand their strengths, interests, personality, values, and future career possibilities. Together, we create a practical roadmap covering careers, subjects, courses, colleges, skill building, personal branding, strategic networking, and study abroad options. So if you're tired of guessing and ready to build your future with clarity, message me the word network. Let us identify the right career direction, the right skills, and the right professional relationships for your growth. Your dream career may not be one application away, it may be one meaningful conversation. So, this is Kapeel Gupta, and you're listening to the Kapeel Gupta Career Pod Show. Connect with intention, contribute with generosity, and continue with consistency. And remember, do not wait until you need a network to start building.